My name is Francesco Clark. I'm the president and CEO of Clark's Botanicals. Clark's Botanicals is a skincare line that I started with my father and my family after I sustained a spinal cord injury in 2002 after working in the fashion industry. Clark's Botanicals was a redefining moment of who I became. I learned to become fearless at a moment when I felt like my life had been robbed from who I was. I was told by my surgeon that I would never talk or breathe or move my arms ever again, and I felt like I was relegated to living in a hospital bed watching TV. The next day, when my mother and my father showed up at the hospital, my mom said in Italian, "Sposta qualcosa," which means move something, and I twitched my shoulder.
I told him he didn't know my son, and he didn't know the courage and the strength that was going to be behind all this event.
It was the first time since I had been drowning face down in a pool that I felt like I had such a foundation of support and love from something beyond myself, my family, and my good friends, that of course I would get better, of course I would thrive. And Clark's Botanicals embodies that because it's about bringing forth the energy that you feel on the inside to the way that you look and projecting it to other people. The secondary effect of my injury was that my skin stopped sweating. And as soon as my skin stopped sweating, it couldn't rebalance itself. Clark's Botanicals started more as something that would bring your inner strength forward. Jasmine Absolute is the core of every product that we use with Clark's Botanicals. It took us 5 years to make this complex that we use, and 78 versions later, it was the only thing that worked for my skin. And then when my sister and my mother started to notice that it worked for me, they started to steal it as we were making it in the kitchen and then use it for themselves. The intention of Clark's Botanicals was never to sell products in stores to customers. It was purely for the emotional and psychological recovery of what happened to me. When I launched Clark's Botanicals, Christopher Reeve, he was Superman, my ultimate hero, and having him just have passed away meant that I needed to connect it to something bigger than any one person. So the Reeve Foundation met with me and connected what Clark's Botanicals was and the fearless messaging that we had to giving back to spinal cord injury research and the Christopher Reeve Foundation. So the products went from being just this thing on a shelf that I created for my own recovery to giving back to medical research. I never thought that I would be on QVC. I never thought that I would have products sold in stores or have beauty editors care about what we make. But I knew that there was more that I could do with my life, and to have it connect back to the Christopher Reeve Foundation and make myself feel human again after being on life support was something that was so important to who I am. Being fearless in your skin and being fearless is not something that was ever a marketing scheme that we worked on. It was purely an organic evolution of how the products created a change in one person and then worked to changing the life of somebody else through this very innocuous, seemingly frivolous way of beauty and fashion. The way that you look is the way that you feel. The way that you present yourself to somebody else is the way that you want them to interact with you. So now that I'm in a wheelchair for now, I don't want people to come up to me and say, "What happened?" I would rather them come up to me and have a conversation like a real person. In order to do that, there was a sense of fearlessness that I had to learn and re-inject myself into what it means to be part of society. Today is my birthday, and I have never thrown a birthday party for myself, but I wanted to make it a party about everybody that has helped me and supported me throughout this process of what we've come to with Clark's Botanicals and the Christopher Reeve Foundation, growing my family closer together. And today is about them, and today is a party for them.
Being friends with Fran is like having a human inspiration textbook Bible every day. I mean, everything that he does, that he doesn't even know that he's doing, you just talk to him and he'll crack a joke and you're like, oh my God, he's hilarious and he's amazing and he has this incredible perspective on life that I have nothing to complain about.
This journey of life, things happen to us along the way, big and small, and I can't imagine where Francesco would be now if this tragedy hadn't happened. And I also can't imagine what my life would be like without having him in it, because he is such an incredible source of inspiration and strength to everyone who knows him. I'm just so proud of who he is.
I could not imagine celebrating part of my life without my best friends here. I would have canceled the party if my best friends could not have come. What's the point of celebrating yourself without the people that matter the most? So we're celebrating a lot. We're celebrating fearlessness and humanity and family and joy and looking forward to the future. It's interesting to think about where Clark's Botanicals is now, 10 years later after we launched from literally a hospital bed. I can't think of another business plan where you have a founder that, frankly, I have nothing to lose.